From the banks of the Ohio River, week number 2 brings us to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio, where the defending AFC South representatives just a couple of years ago looking to get back on the right track. They are the defending second overall pickers, trading with the Browns in the 2025 draft. But here come the Bengals, a team looking to get back to the Super Bowl under the hands of Joe Burrow at QB1. The Jaguars and the Bengals, these two teams a lot of times often found tanking. Bengals, though, as of late, have found themselves a lot more in the postseason conversation. Rare gap year without a Burrow injury last season. They just simply weren't good enough. That defense held them back. However, they have found a new stride, they hope, as they look for a win here to become the first 2-0 team this season at home against an AFC South opponent. On for the kickoff is Evan McPherson, and we're underway from Paycor Stadium. Jacksonville on the return up to the 24-yard line, and that is where Trevor Lawrence will begin his opening drive. Disappointing week 1 loss at home for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They fell victim to Bryce Young and that young, exciting Carolina Panther team. Looking to get back on the right track, though, with a week 2 win. Welcome, everybody, joining me. SM, John Zeller, Santoriu, Mocha, PCP, Cali Jag. Everybody else joining me throughout. Here we go. Lawrence going to open up from under center with a handoff to Travis Etienne up the middle. He'll pick up 7 on the opening carry of this one. Talk about the Jaguar offense real quick. Only major addition they made was Travis Hunter, obviously. They'll be playing both sides of the football here today. Johnny Muntho, the backup tight end, coming over from the Minnesota Vikings. Playing tight end 2 behind Brenton Strange in Jacksonville. The motion man here is Brian Thomas Jr. That pass is going downfield and right on cue. It goes to BTJ. Pickup of 16. Jacksonville opens up with the first down. So we go from Brian Robinson Jr. a couple nights ago to Brian Thomas Jr. here today. Running back to wide receiver. Looking to take over here in the opening possession. Jacksonville trying to get out there as quickly as possible. Lawrence off the play action. Well protected all day to throw the football, but he is sacked, and it's Joseph Osai. He will be filling in for the missing Trey Hendrickson today. Decided to put him on the free agency market. I actually had Bengal fans tell me they didn't want to see Trey Hendrickson in my sim last week. So I will abide by their requests. I'm not sure they're going to get a deal done, and they don't seem too confident in it. So it's cool. Lawrence will lose 6, though. That is the man that may have cost the Bengals a trip to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Still a controversial call, argued to this day. Brian Thomas Jr. with the check down haul in on a pickup of 5 yards. Well, I'm yet to check the pick'em distribution for today. Knew I was forgetting something. Usually go through my pre-stream routine, and I always feel like I leave something out nowadays, so let me check. Had an extra late pick'em come in, so give me just a moment. Drive defining play here, though, on a 3rd and 11. Lawrence from inside the pocket going deep downfield. Incomplete, but a penalty marker is down in the vicinity of pass interference, and no, it's roughing the passer. And a free first down gifted to the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right. Pick 'em today, 27-6 in favor of the Bengals. Jacksonville gifted new life here up to the Cincinnati 39-yard line. Lawrence going down the sideline, and he fires an interception. The gift is returned. DJ Turner with the INT. Right as A-Rod comes in stream. Is anybody surprised? He brings the turnover aura. DJ Turner with the interception. Looking downfield, trying to see who he was targeting that time. It looks like De'Ami Brown, the intended target. Never got there. As we welcome Notorious Potato A-Rod and Love Wrestling. Welcome back. Long time no see. Glad to have you in here, though. Bengals open up their drive from the 25-yard line. Picked Jacksonville upset today. That does not help. No, not at all. Let me see if I can find the Google Sheets for this real quick. If I can go through my history in between plays, scope that out. For the moment, though, Joe Burrow ready to get ready and active as he will hand this one off to Chase Brown. This is a guy you got to look out for today. An active running back who was the leading rusher last week. I believe the entirety of I'm not sure anybody topped him, actually. I was going to say, until he was dethroned, I'm not sure he was. What up, Jess? He'll pick up 2, though, on his first carry here at home. Joe Burrow now going to empty out the backfield. Jacksonville rushing 5, and right into pressure, Joe Burrow turns into a sack. Had no idea what was on his blind side, and he will end up losing 9. Jordan Lewis forces that one. Former Dallas Cowboy. All right, let me see if I can pull up Google Sheets real quick. Week 2 fan pick'em responses. Just to pick apart who picked Jacksonville today, if we have any undefeated pick'ems left. Tune into that in a moment. Joe Burrow going to look deep here, though, in all likelihood, on a 3rd and 17. Pocket collapsing, and again he's sacked. Football loose, scooped up by Jacksonville, and their defense opens up the scoring. It took 17 games, actually more than that, 19 games, but we have an offensive score. What a strip sack by John Hines Allen. Forces that one loose, and it's scooped and scored by this Jacksonville defense. Well then, that is Mason Smith with 2 A's, don't get it wrong. And the Bengals are bungling. Defensive score bingo. It is about time. Taking way too long. Watch this interception, doesn't even need to be said anymore. Not wrong. Too many receivers, not enough linemen. Well, on 3rd and 17, that's usually where you look to go deep and just fire one out there. To no avail, though. Extra point up and good for Cam Little. Joe Burrow sacked on back-to-back plays, coughed up the football on 3rd and long. And each team has now turned the ball over on their opening drive, but Jacksonville more than happy with the result, up a touchdown on the road. And let's check out the pick'em. Yeah, this is it. We're down to Sonic Game and the mock draft guy for the only undefeated pick'ems left in week number 2. And a Jacksonville win today would eliminate every undefeated pick'em in just 3 games. That might be a record. Charlie Jones, though, trying to make sure that doesn't happen on the return up to the 28-yard line. And Joe Burrow will take 2. 6:56 to go in the opening quarter. Jaguars strike first. Jacksonville defense was your first touchdown bet today. You are a rich, rich man. What a play. 3.5 gone by here, or just about. Chase Brown in motion once again. Joe Burrow just trying to stay protected. Going downfield and connects with T. Higgins, a deep gainer. Up to the 44-yard line. And this game starting to get very pretentious, just like Sunday Night Football. The writing's on the wall. Could have an offensive shootout with a mix of big defensive plays in there as well. Wow. Cannot afford to look away for even a moment in this one. Burrow back off the play action. Down the middle he goes, and this time it's Jamar Chase. At the 15-yard line, Bengals into the red zone. Their offense spent no time getting back to their real form. Joe Burrow picking out a mismatch there in the defensive backfield. Jerrion Jones will be tasked with marking up Jamar Chase today. Bengals feel like that is a mismatch they can pick apart. Joe Burrow on the check down, caught by Yosivash. And he is hit hard. Sorry, that is Mike Gesicki, the tight end. Former Patriot and Dolphin. What up, Games? No problem. Appreciate you tuning in. Punching it with Chase Brown. Oh, and Santori wants the fantasy points here. Brown lines up to Burrow's left side here. From the 11-yard line, 2nd and 6, Cincinnati looking to draw even. Burrow, though, looking to do it himself. Back corner of the end zone. A beautiful pass is hauled in. And let's see who it is. It's Andres Yosivash with the touchdown. Wow. That is a beautiful pass from Joe Burrow. And what a way to recover from the opening drive fumble. An immediate defensive score. Andre Yosivash. I don't know why I said Andres here. Andre. Maybe it is Andres. I mean, I have no idea how to spell his last name. So then that's why. It is Andre. I have Andres written down for some reason. Nonetheless, Josivac with the TD. 4-play drive for the Bengals. Quick one as well. Huge drive. Much needed tie game there. What up, Eagle? What up, Chili? Big time for a big play. We're going to talk about the future of my schedule coming up here, because that is pretty important with the stream timing. Have a feeling a lot of the weeks I work, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, probably going to try to stream Monday before work and then have a double header on Saturday. Ideally, I just want to get 7 streams in a week. So I want to average a stream a day. Obviously on, weeks that I don't have to work, that's easy. But more planning will have to come out with the other ones around there. Jacksonville on the return now up to the 28-yard line. And after all of that, right back to where we began the game. All tied up. Trevor Lawrence taking the field. Can already tell this is going to be a good game. We might be due. Highlights for the Ravens and Bills just came out today. Definitely going to have to check that out if you have not seen it already. Game of the week for sure. Although maybe Monday Night Football was a close competitor. This game, though, already fighting for a potential game of the year. De'Ami Brown is the motion man. Pass downfield. Caught by Travis Hunter. Pulling away. There goes the rookie into Bengal territory. Finally, with a breakout. What up, Hartley? What up, Will? Some commentators reverse. His last name is Yoshivash. But it's the other way around. Yeah, that is very weird, isn't it? Okay. Glad I'm not the only one. That is awesome. Opening touchdown. Well, let's see. Jacksonville's defense scored. It was, I don't remember who it was. Mason something other. Josh Hines Allen, though, forced the fumble. And then Andre Josivac with the touchdown catch. Tied the game up. Jacksonville, though, ready to attack the lead right back if possible. Lawrence looking for a 2-play drive going deep down the field. Swatted away, incomplete, Jordan Battle. Breaks that one up and halts the momentum. Brings up 2nd and 10. There is Jamar Chase, had a deep reception on that previous drive. Thunder and 5, they play what, Thursday? Should be an interesting series. Lawrence now from under center. Handoff is to Etienne. Got terrific downfield blocking, and Etienne picks up 16. Thought he was gone there for a minute. Bengals defense saving a touchdown for now. How much longer can they do that? Toy Movie Maker Productions, welcome back. Another Jags fan in the building. Looking to strike with their offense for the first time here on the road in week 2. BTJ is the motion man again. Lawrence well protected downfield. Travis Hunter into the end zone for the touchdown. A marquee drive for Trevor Lawrence. Rookie is in. 2 deep collections for Travis Hunter and his 2nd touchdown in the NFL. A beauty there for the Jag offense. And again, here we go. Weakest spike I've ever seen. Yeah, used all of his energy up for the rest of that play. That was a thing of beauty. Jaguars, though, looking to pull off the upset here. Again, the pick'em split 27-6 in favor of the Bengals here at home. Extra point up and good for Cam Little. Boy, having Trey Hendrickson not playing really does hurt the Bengals quite a bit here. Let's be honest, the Jags would be basically the same team as the Bengals if they had competent coaching, pass-heavy offense, middle-of-the-road defense. Yeah. I guess middle-of-the-road defense is a necessity. Because if the Bengals had middle-of-the-road defense, if they ranked 20th in some stats, they would be a playoff team year after year. They would have been like the 6th seed last year. But their defense was bottom of the barrel in a lot of categories. And Joe Burrow, leading in many stats, could not carry his team to the playoffs. Facts, Chili. Charlie Jones, I should say, on the return, upended at the 24-yard line. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Zach Taylor. Never really have been. I feel like he's more of a game manager. He's a guy that you get to the Super Bowl with, not because of. if that makes any sense. But that's how it is. Yeah, Frank Ragnow retired. Kind of shocking. Then Ronald Darby as well with the Houston Texans today. Disappointing there. He is going to be missed dearly. They will try to fill the gap at center. Handoff here is to Chase Brown, and there is no gap for him to approach that time. He will go nowhere. On the opening play of this drive, Jacksonville looking to make another stop, potentially force a third turnover in this game. Each team has forced one. Been an exciting opening quarter. Offense, defense, and special teams. Burrow stepping left and now just going to take off with it. Plenty of room ahead of him. And number 9 picks up 13. Well, it's not a very common occurrence for Joe Burrow. Doesn't love to run the football as he just socks Josh Hines out in the face right there. Pretty sure that's who that was. Yeah, sure was. Throwing fists on the football field. Surely that won't be tolerated much longer. Bengals drive getting jump started there with a rare rush from Joe Burrow. His first career touchdown actually was a rushing TD, as that'll be a 1-yard pickup for Chase Brown. Not finding much here. Jacksonville watched their film very intently. Burrow is getting sack yards back, it's true. Is that who I have a quarterback? I didn't even think about that. Forgot about that completely. Oh boy. 2.5 to go now in the first quarter. Jacksonville just going to rush 4 linebackers. Drop, not enough though to deny Yosivash with the first down catch, or just about actually. It'll pick up 8 with a flash Gordon. Hearing interesting things about Madden 26. Better running game, college football movement, and head coach decisions. I love the head coach decisions. Egzoff notified me about that. I do have Joe Burrow. Okay. Expecting big things here then. Chase Brown lining up all the way back at the 38.5-yard line. He will get the football on 3rd and short up the middle, and he barely got that one. He gets the yard, but that's all he needed. To the 47. Bengals pick up a first down and move their drive near enemy territory. That'll be the longest quarter in MSG history. Yeah, it might be. It is up there. Bengals drive will continue now up to the 47. Burrow and the Bengals looking to pull even once more. As the Joe Show goes downfield, right back to Jamar Chase. Picks up 9 at the Jacksonville 43-yard line. I'm not sure what it's going to be focused around. Just hopefully improving the little things altogether, but we'll see what happens. Bengals offense, by the way, the exact same. Chase Brown, Zach Moss, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Yosivash, Mike Gesicki, and Drew Sample make up the tight ends on the offense, as they've got a couple extra big bodies in there. On a 2nd and 1 to protect Joe Burrow. Off the play action, stepping up in the pocket. He'll pick up about a half yard, which is a fortunate thing there, a busted play. Works out nicely. I don't blame you if you don't buy it this year. Only going to do it on my end because I want to provide the best streams possible as soon as possible, but I would probably save your money. Run heavy formation on a 3rd and inches, but Joe Burrow off the bootleg, throwing this one on the run, and it's dropped incomplete. That tells me they plan to go for it. Would be a 60-yarder here for Evan McPherson, a guy who didn't see much of the field at the end of last year. He was injured, he was struggling, and almost ended up costing him a chance to go to the playoffs. Didn't happen either way. Bengals, though, will elect to punt the football in a dramatic change of decision. Good punt, though, out of bounds at the 7-yard line by Ryan Rakow. And out comes Trevor Lawrence now with one more play to go in the opening quarter. Yeah, we need these Madden coaching changes like ASAP. These are getting egregiously bad. Under what circumstance are you not going for it on 4th and inches as the Cincinnati Bengals? I mean, one thing if you're winning or if it's tied or whatever, but whatever. Jacksonville will not complain, though, taking over from the 7. Handoff is to Etienne, able to rummage through all the scraps up front. Pick up 5 and take us finally to the 2nd quarter. 19 minutes into stream. We have made it. Etienne able to deliver a bit more breathing room here for Lawrence to operate under. From under center, check down football is caught by Travis Hunter. 3rd catch today, 62 yards and a touchdown. Maybe he was the guy to pick for fantasy this week. Who knows? Definitely should have been a thought. Really just had that garbage time touchdown and maybe one other catch. Awfully quiet. Other than that, though, as Lawrence goes back downfield, this time it's Brian Thomas Jr. on the sideline. Drags the toes down, picks up a solid gain of 19. Really testing this Bengals secondary. And who wouldn't? Quite frankly. Smell a pick here. Another Lawrence INT. Able to rebound, though, from the opening drive interception. Handoff is to Etienne as my voice shudders for the first time in a while. Good to know that I'm still human. First minute gone here in the second quarter. Bengals defensively not having much change, adding TJ Slayton to their defensive line and probably having to cough up Trey Hendrickson as well. Jordan Battle and Geno Stone in at safety. Had a very big pass deflection earlier on. Looking for more of that here on a 2nd and 8. And Travis Hunter hangs on through the hit. Picks up a half dozen. Yeah, fortunately it doesn't have to go in the highlights. But speaking of highlights, not sure how much longer those are going to continue, truth be told. YouTube is really shifting into a long-form content application. Might just not be worth my time or your time anymore. We'll talk about that in a moment, though. 3rd and a long 2 yards for Jacksonville. With a handoff to Etienne, he picks that one up easily. Still on his feet, almost broke through. Rummaging through all that up to the 45. Yeah, check the bingo card. First voice crack of the season. Took a while. I ate like legitimately 5 minutes before I pressed go live, so some BLTs tonight. That was good eats, let me tell you. The Jaguars have cracked open the Bengal half of the field once more. Looking for their largest lead of the game. Up the middle again with Etienne. 7 yards picked up for the Clemson Tiger. Slow to get to his feet that time. Asking Geno Stone for some assistance. And he will not offer. 22 Travis Etienne, where have you gone, honestly? Where have you been? De'Ami Brown lining up in the slot here on a 2nd and 3. Ball down the middle was in the direction of Hunter. Overshot him. Incomplete. Who was the running back in 2020 that they did so dirty? I actually can't even remember his name right now, and I'm very disappointed because I love the way he ran the football. Had a 1,000-yard season, and they kicked him to the curb. Fullback checks in here on a 3rd and 3. Bengal fans on their feet at Paycor Stadium. Outside pass, though, will silence the crowd to the 30-yard line. James Robinson, thank you. Yeah, he got done so dirty. Like, how do you have like a career year, even if your team is not good, and they're just like, yeah, sorry, we're just gonna refresh. Like, what is that? No targets yet for a tight end. Wearing a Jacksonville Jaguar jersey, Brenton Strange looking to get in on the action here. On 1st and 10, Lawrence steps up and overshoots BTJ once again. Disappointing. That didn't work out too well for him. Unfortunately, brings up 2nd and 10. Etienne deep into the backfield here with a couple extra blockers out there. Gets the handoff. How about a strong side carry? That'll pick up 2 yards. Boy, my stream is lagging right now. It's only on my end, rest assured. Should be okay. My hotspot just started going kapoots. Be back in a moment. Jaguars facing a 3rd and 8. Lawrence again is well protected down the middle, connecting with De'Ami Brown, turns around and picks up an extra 10 yards en route to 1st and goal. Okay. The Jaguars now starting to deliver a little bit. Talking about Giovanni Bernard, that dude was old as dirt. 5 wide, here go the Jaguars. Lawrence from the empty, tried to step up on a design QB run. Never had a chance, though. Bucks are full strength, or full seasons with individually good performances, but the team sucked, or at least lost more than they won. Yeah, it's fair. That is a fair take. Mike Evans, though, sure Hall of Famer. One of my favorite wide receivers, actually, like ever. Mr. Consistent. Bengals force a loss of 2 there. Lawrence now climbing an uphill battle, and that will only get steeper with a misfire to the back corner, incomplete. Not that time. Bengals wasting Joe Burrow just like the Colts did with Andrew Luck. That's a good take, you know. Very similar situation. I feel like they're managing his career quite poorly. Cincinnati, though, with an opportunity to put their foot in the ground on 3rd and goal. Lawrence looking for another touchdown, steps up in the pocket, and he will do it himself through the hit for the touchdown. The Jaguars lead by 2 scores. Jacksonville going at it here on the road. Defense, offense, special teams, they have all done their part today as Jacksonville adding to their lead in the 2nd quarter. Beautiful drive. Bengals cannot get a stop right now. Forced the 1 interception by DJ Turner. Other than that, it has been dead quiet for the Kitty Cats. I guess it is the battle of the cats here today. Extra point up and good. Never even considered that for a moment. 15-play, 90-yard drive. That is what we call a march, ladies and gentlemen. If I had a march emote, I'd make one. Or I'd allow you to use one, but that happens. While we're talking about membership capabilities, thinking about, for my members, throwing out a every touchdown from week whatever as a members-only video. Obviously, going to continue with the fantasy series and try to get chat all their custom emotes as well, if possible. Charlie Jones on the return for Cincinnati. Caught this one in stride. Tried to break it outside. No more light there than what was in the middle. Joe Burrow looking to be the shining light in Cincinnati once again, as their defense does next to nothing. Didn't have to worry about that much last week as they faced a really bad Browns offense. They didn't score much. Didn't have to, though. 16-7 victory on the road. Cleveland, though, with a shocking 13-10 upset over Baltimore, making the AFC North very interesting. Burrow back down the middle, and he connects again with wide receiver 3. It is Yosivash. Such a fun name to say. Haven't even gotten to mention Jermaine Pratt today. Really bad Browns offense that beat the Ravens last evening. Oh, it was 100% not their offense that beat them, but both can be true at the same time. 2 backs in the backfield here. Zach Moss checking in alongside Chase Brown as Joe Burrow will check this one down, actually. That is the big fella playing running back, Drew Sample. What a BG Pro. Jags will be 2-0. For me, this is to fight for 1-1. See what happens, though. Top 10 plays of the week could do that as well. Could do both, actually, because not every top 10 play would be a touchdown, in all fairness. Jamar Chase is in press coverage at the top of the screen. Something to look for here. Joe Burrow certainly will. Down the field, and he connects with number 1, Uno, to the 35-yard line. What up, Border Worlds? Just joining. The Bengals defense already gave up 21 points. To be fair, 7 of those were not their defense. That was a scoop and score for Jacksonville. But point stands, they have given up multiple touchdowns already in this one. Burrow, though, looking to pull them back to a 7-point deficit. Star-studded offense all around, and here is Chase Brown looking to flex the running back side of it. Picks up 4. He's been very quiet. You just know a breakout rush got to be coming up for him. How's this the score? We had a Bengals scoop and score. We had a Yosivash touchdown. We had a Travis Hunter touchdown, and then a Trevor Lawrence rushing touchdown as well. Lawrence threw a pick on the opening drive. That is how we have gotten here thus far. Play action off of Chase Brown. Joe Burrow going to fire a pass to him, though. And he ran out of real estate there. Picks up 2. Doug Peterson, Ryan Nielsen, coach team would never look like this. Well, you would be correct. And again, I can't wait to get crap for having the wrong coaches on the sideline, as if I can control that in any sort of fashion. 3rd and 4 for Cincinnati. 3.5 to go now in the half. A big play here. Check down caught by Chase Brown. Able to walk a tightrope up the sideline. Yeah, keep the drive moving along. What up, local bread man? Think Lawrence is on the hot seat? Ooh, that's a conversation I really hadn't thought about. You can only go through so many coaches before you become on the hot seat. So we'll see what happens, I guess. Bengals now wanting to take their time maybe with this drive. Don't want to give Jacksonville too much longer. That one nearly intercepted. Would have been going the other way for Eric Murray. Scary, scary pass there. What up, Royal Reacts? Dallas Giants earlier week 2. Dallas won 24-17. Both now 1-1. Okay, so the Giants also won in your week 1 sim. Interesting. Wow. Cincinnati fortunate to retain possession there. Eric Murray still would have been celebrating had he caught that football. Check down, though. Is caught by Yosivac. No more time for hypotheticals, only for reality. 3-yard check down into the red zone. Go the Bengals. Under 3 to go in the half. Too inconsistent getting close, yeah. For a guy that was the biggest draft prospect since Andrew Luck, though, I will say he has disappointed quite a bit. See what Jacksonville's linebackers do here. They drop in coverage, and that means Burrow looking to fire this one for the first down. Ends up 2 yards short, though. And now, Devin Lloyd makes Zach Taylor ponder what to do here. Bengals do get the second half kickoff. Wouldn't be absurd to kick or go for it. And they will show offense before the 2-minute warning. We'll see if he maintains that decision. As the Bengals trail by 2 scores here at home. Win, and the Bengals will hold sole possession of first place in the AFC North. And they should, no matter what. McPherson on for a 31-yarder. Showed like they were going to go for it before the 2-minute warning. Changed their mind, though. Kick on the way, and good. All right, Bengals chipping away. Really wonder why they changed their mind there. What in the Madden computations made them change their decision? What up, Cardinal Sid? Cat fights and bird fights this season, you know it. Been mighty interesting, though. I've had a lot of fun with it. Lawrence to the Steelers if things don't work out. Not too bad, in my opinion. Okay, that's a good take. I think the Bengals should trade for Chase Young from the Saints. That is a very good possibility. Lawrence will begin his 2-minute drill, though, as a Jaguar lead cut down to 11. They were a lot more happy to have their offense rolling the way that they have showed here today. Very slow start in week 1 at home against a hungry Panther team. Jaguars now have played 2 different cats in back-to-back weeks. That is something notable for those at home keeping track. Not sure how many times in NFL history teams have played cats in back-to-back. Lawrence now in the 2-minute drill. From under center, extra blitzer on the way. Lawrence fires this one incomplete. Going to do the 0-1 Dolphins and the 1-0 Patriots. Okay, so let me think. Yeah, also the same over here. Giants in 4. Are we playing like a 22-game series? I don't think it's Giants in 4, unfortunately. Lawrence had to fire that one incomplete. Joseph Osai giving chase. Well protected this time, though. Going downfield. Single coverage, and that's the time to target Hunter. Not that time, though. Dax Hill shuts it down real quick, and now the Bengals might have some interest in the football back here. If they can get a stop on 3rd and 10, good time to remind you guys to drop a like if you have not yet already. Been quite an exciting opening half here from the banks of the Ohio River. $1:44 left now. Handoff is to Etienne, and he will only muster a couple of yards. Timeout Bengals. They will get the ball back with about a minute and a half. Joe Burrow does not need long, though, to cook up something offensively. Even a field goal would bring them back within a score before they receive the second half kickoff. Trout right now 3 for 3 RBIs. He's only been back for a couple of games, too. Impressive. Jacksonville will pump this away. Logan Cook getting rid of it with the right foot. And not any room to return that time for Charlie Jones. What up, Who Dat Nation? Excited to announce, I guess to you as well, that we now have an emote for Saints fans. Believe it is exclusive to members, but Santorio became a member a couple streams ago, so had to make one custom for him. Joe Burrow, it is the X Factor here, just when they need him to be. Minute and a half before halftime. Slinging this one to the sideline, and it should have been intercepted. Boy, a Bengal on the other half of the white put his hands on his head like he thought it was going back for a pick six. That is probably now 2 INTs Joe Burrow has gotten away with throwing. Really got to sharpen his axe here if they want a chance to score, let alone a chance to win, all things considered. High snap this time, collected by Burrow, back down the middle. That'll pick up 9, and neither team reaching for a timeout. What up, Wolfie? 16, is Joe Burrow overrated? What do you think? I think he's properly rated. As a Browns fan, I respect him. Very good quarterback in a somewhat unfortunate scenario. Bad defense, but a terrific wide receiver core. Bengals now in the no huddle. 3rd and 1. Still have those 2 timeouts. Quick passes out there and caught by Gesicki. Foye Oluokun with tackle number 5. Had a quiet 5 tackles, I will say that much. What team are you most excited for this year? The Carolina Panthers. Cannot wait to see how that team does. Hope they make the playoffs. Hope they win the division. You know, Bryce Young has a very good story. They were about ready to give up on him, and then he just hit a curve and started growing. I love it. Bunch formation to the left side this time. Quick passes out there, hauled in by Chase, and that'll do next to nothing. But lose the Bengals more time as they burn their 2nd timeout on that previous play. Didn't even notice, actually. J.C. Horn passing touchdown here. That would be the smallest thing on the bingo sheet. Could happen. Got Lawrence compared to Jeff George. That's interesting. Less than 40 seconds to go now. Bengals going to run out of time, and Joe Burrow going to run out of the pocket into field goal range. Down to the 40. At least going to give Evan McPherson a chance to lock in that rookie money mac that they hope to find again. What an insane year he had. How many game-winning kicks did he have in the postseason? Divisional round and the conference title. Never got a shot, though, in the Super Bowl, unfortunately. Maybe half a second of protection away from Joe Burrow's first ring. Looking for an MVP, looking for a first down here. He'll be denied, though. Jamar Chase couldn't hang on to that one. Probably not a bad choice. Would have lost him more time than gained. 2nd and 10, 29 seconds to go. If Andy Dalton didn't get into a car accident, Bryce Young might have gotten cut at the end of last season. That is a crazy thing. Bengals have got to be cognizant of the time remaining. They have no more timeouts in the opening half. Burrow being pressured. Pass down the middle is going to be hauled in by Gesicki. And they should have enough time here. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Gotta go. We'll see. And the Bengals are not going to get the snap away. They will run out of time. Why would they not go no huddle? This is like the Madden mysteries just continue. You're going no huddle with 1.5 minutes left, but not with like, I don't get it, man. It's a headache. It really is. Oh. I just can't stand it. I don't even get excited for 2-minute drills anymore. It always ends like that. So bad. Bengals do receive the 2nd half kickoff, though. Charlie Jones on the return up to the 28-yard line. I mean, again, though, like, I'm convinced that there is no continuism from play to play. Like, the simulation is unaware of what happens before them or after them. Because clearly, they wouldn't throw that ball across the middle if the game knew what was happening next, right? I mean, I just don't understand it. Minimalism developing again from Electronic Arts Sports. Joe Burrow back to it, though, to the sideline. And it's 10-yard catch for Jamar Chase. Control the final 2 minutes on offense for both teams. My 2-minute drills would go crazy. Yeah, I mean, again, 4th and inches, decisions, like, I don't understand. Wish I did. Still an 11-point deficit with a handoff to Chase Brown. Still looking for a big gainer. And he'll settle for the first down that time. 1-yard pickup. Last minute of any half is just pure chaos. Sucks, too, because what a great first half we had. I mean, first defensive TD of the year. Some great offense. Travis Hunter getting in there. Joe Burrow would have loved to have brought this game back within a score. Unfortunately, not the scenario Zach Taylor had hoped for, a head coach. Burrow, though, looking to go deep, step it up in the pocket, take it off for the third time today. Pointing out blockers, Joe Burrow got plenty of real estate. Slides down safely. Give that man 24 yards on the scamper. Hits a little pirouette there. Nice move to escape a sack. All right. Just about where the previous drive came to a shocking close. Burrow and the Bengals looking for a much different ending. From the Jacksonville 37. Check down is going to be caught that time by Mike Gesicki. All good, Who Dat Nation. Yeah, I think we had somebody else turn one in late too, so no worries. Get you in on the mix. I mean, if the result holds, there's going to be no undefeated pick'ems as is, so wouldn't feel too bad about your chances to come first. Joe Burrow going to bring Chase Brown back into the backfield, then throw him back out. Pass downfield right through the palms of Mike Gesicki. Just like week 1 against the Patriots last year. All he had to do was hang on to that football, and the Bengals would have been a playoff team. Did not happen, though. What up, A-Channel? Bengals not looking good, Madden not helping them. Plenty of time, though, for the Joe Show to take over on 3rd and 7. Jacksonville showing blitz. They drop back. Screen pass out there. Caught by Chase Brown. Being chased. Jumping over defenders. An athletic play from running back 1. Good play, though. That was beautiful. For tomorrow's game, watch out for the pass rush. What do we got coming up tomorrow? I'm not sure if you're referring to mine or yours. Oh, you might be referring to mine as a result of yours, I see. Bengals now with a fresh set of downs up to the 23. Burrow with an out route and hugging him like a child. Trying to see who that was on the defensive end there. Is that number 6, Darnell Savage? Maybe number 0. Yeah, Giants-Cowboys tomorrow. All NFC East matchup. Looking forward to it. Lots of divisional games in week number 2. Already saw one finalized last night. Biggest upset of the season thus far. Check down here is to Jamar Chase. Wide open. Runs through a defender. Couldn't maintain his balance, though. Sets up 1st and goal. Yeah, I'm excited, though. Tomorrow we got Micah Parsons and then, yeah, Abdul Carter. Carter really had minimal impact in that Giant win. Metaphorically and literally. 21-17 victory for them. As they look to take down the Cowboys next in their road to the NFC East. Check down, caught by Gesicki. Had to hang on to the goal line again. Picks up 5 hard-earned yards that time. Bengals are taking a lot of clock off the 3rd quarter here. $10 if you make the Giants win. How about $10 if they win? It's a deal I can make. Chase Brown looking for some action here. Won't get it. Burrow right back to the end zone. And Gesicki this time does cross the plane. Bengals back within a score. Brutal for Santorio. Needed a Chase Brown touchdown. I will take that, though. After a disappointing end to their previous drive, that is a much needed, very happy ending for the tight end. $10 to do some rigging. For the sake of this channel, I cannot make it pay to win. For the integrity of everything that I've done in the past and in the future. Can't happen. Yeah, Chase Brown looking like a fantasy bust this week. Mike Gesicki looking for the all-famous octopus here on the 2-point attempt. Joe Burrow will fire to him, and he collects it for the 2-point try. All right. For those of you out there that are unaware of what the octopus is, let me introduce you to one of my favorite terminologies in football. When the recipient of the pass of the touchdown and the 2-point conversion are the same player, they score 8 points total, and that is called an octopus. Octopus bingo. We got an octopus and a defensive touchdown in the same game. Wow. Slide me at 20. There's going to be someone that comes in here trying to do that. Hopefully that's never the case, though. Because I would have to decline that. Accept the money, but decline the offer. Jacksonville back on it offensively. Big hit at the 28-yard line. Only a field goal lead. They led by as many as 14 in this one. Cincinnati on an 11-0 run. One thing I don't like about Madden is that possession tight end can't catch jumping balls. It's literally what the definition of possession is, though. Yeah. Possession in Madden is more like falling over but carefully collecting it. I see what you mean, though. Life in the stadium of Paycor. Fans on their feet. Travis Etienne breaking free. Second level. Almost escaped down the sideline. Nearly got away that time. Man. Good run. Etienne has been stellar thus far today. Looking to keep it up on the halfback draw up the middle. Hangs on to that football. Boy, Oren Burks was given a reach for it. Couldn't swipe it away, though. From Etienne, halfway through the third quarter. Can you cripple the Falcons for 2 cents? Hey, listen, they play Sunday Night Football this week. The hate watch could be on for you. Etienne picks up 7 more. Number 1 starting to take over. 16, though, looking to get hot. Right back to Travis Hunter. Gain of 16 yards. Haven't seen him yet on defense. Pretty sure right now he is cornerback 4. Behind, let's see, Jerry and Jones, Tyson Campbell, Jordan Lewis. I'm sure he'll probably end up around CB2 or 3 when it's all said and done. Only time will tell. Plenty of time left in OTAs as well. Jack's bullet hole is bigger than the tanks. Speaking of tanks, don't take Bigsby yet today. Hope to see him eventually. It has been a show of the Clemson boys with the Buffalo from Colorado handing in right back downfield. This time, though, Brian Thomas Jr. at the 11, 21-yard gain. Trevor Lawrence starting to get active here. Imagine having anything night football. Couldn't be me either, my friend. We share that burden in unison. Knocking on the door of goal situation here, and I think it's just going to happen regardless. No, wow. False start is the call. Okay. See, again, this is something I don't understand. How is that a false start? I thought for sure that was offside. Madden might strike again, though. First penalty today on Jacksonville. Backs him up to a 1st and 15 in a crucial part of the field. Travis Hunter on the jet sweep. Jermaine Pratt wraps him up for a 2-yard loss. That is something that they may end up trying to attack a lot more often offensively with the speed of Travis Hunter. Doesn't work that time, though. 2nd and 17. Pitch left side to Etienne, looking for some seal-off blocking. Finds the 11-yard line, bounces off a tackle. And he will end up going out of bounds at the 12. Averaging over 7 a carry. Impressively. Pass interference to those guys. Saw them teasing the QB modern draft, yeah. Especially in Madden. Pass interference doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Cincinnati looking to force another interception here or stop at the bare minimum. Lawrence on 3rd and 11. Fires this one downfield. It is dropped by BTJ. Logan Wilson breaks that one up. Tons of jump balls that would go over everyone's hands and heads, except his. Oh, Tyler Eifert. Yeah, what a goat. Bengal legend. Cam Little is on for his opening attempt tonight. This is a 29-yard chip shot on the way, and good. Lead is 6 for Jacksonville. PI just an animation in Madden. I mean, everything is an animation in Madden, which is why it's so frustrating. I mean, like, I know 2K has animations too, but at least they have guys that are, like, fully dressed up in, like, not even, what are they called, like, sensors, I guess, for lack of a better term, playing the sport. That's how it should be, but it's not. Bengals getting to it, trailing by just a touchdown here. A chance to take their first lead of the game. Looking to jump out to a 2-0 start for the first time in years. I don't know that they've done that, actually, since 2015 when they opened up 5-0. Of course, the Andy Dalton, A.J. Green era. Every now and then they would have a relatively crazy good start and then fall off and lose in the opening round. Burrow, though, was the quarterback that got them over the hump all the way to the Super Bowl, actually. That pass down the middle, hauled in by Gesicki again. Gain of 13. Well, that is a highlight in all technicality. Bengals giving up points with these to the Jags is realistic, though. Yeah, for sure. I don't mind this current scoreline, actually. Should make for at least an interesting finish to this game. As the Bengals seeking their first lead of week number 2. After a 16-7 victory on the road in Cleveland last week, Chase Brown taken down for a loss of 1. Man, he has just not looked good in this game. Maybe a one-week wonder type of player, or maybe this is just a down week. Guess we'll find out in the future. Reminder that Brandon Staley's last game was lost by 42 in his only game without a star QB. Yep. Loss of a yard there for Chase Brown. Been a rough day for number 30. Minimal gains all day long. Burrow stepping to his right, fires a check down though. Chase Brown will gain 4 on the catch. The catch and turn. A-Rock came back with the interception. Bro thinks his aura is good enough to project the INT on its own. Gotta do some more than that. Not that simple. No sight of a running back here. On 3rd and 7, Joe Burrow, quick outside pass is hauled in, but Gesicki is short by about 1.5 yards. Maybe a little bit less. We'll see how generous the officials are. Darnell Savage, though, saves a first down. Got to go for it here, right? I guarantee you they won't, actually. Yep, there it is. Bengals, again, going to rely on their defense. Ryan Raquel on for the punt, gets this one away. Looking to pin Jacksonville. The punt lands at the 6, out of bounds, and it will be a touchback. Should have pinned him at the 1. Yeah, I could have told you that was going to happen. I'm not sure Madden will ever go for it inside their own territory. Right there, that was from the 49, so just wasn't going to happen. The risk reward, I'm not sure Madden actually has like in-game analytics of like best possible play. Obviously they don't. Jacksonville's defense finally able to make a stop and get the O back to it. Trevor Lawrence going deep down the sideline. Brian Thomas Jr. hangs on through a big hit, a gain of 29. Moves the chains, hits the first down, Selly. And just about where the punt was released from. Line of scrimmage of that punt, I should say. First and 10 for Jacksonville. One wide receiver out there. Lawrence, though, looking up top. This is going to be hauled in. This is Johnny Munt, the backup tight end. Up to the 35. First catch today for the former Viking will take us to the 4th quarter. All right. And here we go. Fullback checks in on 1st and 10. Fresh 10 minutes left on the clock. Read option taken by Lawrence, and he'll lose a yard. That was not going to happen. Not that time. But up, Crumble Cookies? Well, that sounds really good right now. Can't lie, I'm in a mood for sweets. Welcome to the chat. Big play by this Bengal defense. They need them now more than ever to force Jacksonville well out of field goal range. And not going to happen, though. Beautiful collection underneath. Believe that was Brenton Strange, number 85, finally gets his hands on the football. What up, Leon Trey? What a game this has been so far. Got to put the live poll out here in a minute. Plays like this could decide football games. Trevor Lawrence on 3rd and 7, checking it down in traffic. Winds up incomplete. Broken up by the linebackers. That was Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt on the PBU. Big field goal attempt coming up here for Cam Little. 49-yarder for a 2-score advantage. Huge kick for Cam Little. Up and good. 27-18. Scoregami could be in reach here. Not going to lie. All right, time for our live poll. Who do you think will take the game based on the score and scenario? Bengals trailing by 9. Their offense, though, has looked pretty good thus far. Will they run out of time, or will Jacksonville make an easy entry? We will see what happens. Yeah, Giants-Cowboys coming up tomorrow evening. NFC East battle going on there from the Lone Star State. Kickoff to Charlie Jones on the return. Actually, this is not Charlie Jones. I looked away for 1 second. And somebody else is taking the football. I think that was Zach Moss on the return. Up to the 26. Joe Burrow having himself quite the day, other than that opening drive fumble, which saw Jacksonville scoop and score. Been pretty up since then. It has been great. 29 people in chat, by the way. Appreciate you all joining me for some great Week 2 football. Drop a like if you have not yet already. Oh, so close to 20 on the stream. 2 receivers left and right for Joe Burrow. Jacksonville going to open up with a 4-man rush, and that's enough to get home and take Joe Burrow down. Loss of 10 for the Bengals. Is it Mason? I think it's Mason Smith. It has to be with 2 A's. Wow. We have multiple votes right now for a tie. Incredible. Absolute cinema. You'll love to see it. 2nd and 20 now for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. It is looking bleak. Looking to brighten up the day, though, was T. Higgins' 10-yard catch. Inspiration for the day, if you have any. Oh, wow, T. Higgins with the injury. Oh, boy, that's a big deal. I think my inspiration for today would be say yes more often. You never know where you'll find yourself down the road if you just take a risk every now and then. Life's too short to not be adventurous, so do something that you think might not be interesting, and maybe you'll enjoy it, maybe not. You got to live, though. Huge 3rd and 10 for the Bengals. No more T. Higgins. He is now injured. Burrow going downfield, finding wide receiver 1 instead across the stripe. 7 catches, 113 yards, and a huge first down collection for Uno. Jags won this game. There's no coming back. Oh, boy. Toy Movie Maker Productions may have just jinxed this one. Big time. Bengals now on the prowl. Up to the Jaguar 49. Burrow, quick pass, left side, check down is caught. And that is a 7-yard pickup. Nice little chunk play underneath. Again, field goal here is tolerable. Without a doubt. Lawrence must not be rated too bad. I think he's actually pretty fairly rated in this one. How much longer can Cincinnati function, though, without T. Higgins? For now, they continue to move. There's Yosivash up to the 33. Yeah, I think the Bengals are an 80 overall, and the Jaguars are like a 77 on these rosters. I could be wrong about that. That is just off the dome. Chase Brown acting as a receiver here at the top of the screen. Extra tight end in as well. Jamar Chase motions in and now back out of the backfield. Check down is going his way, and sniffing that out from the beginning was this Jacksonville defensive backfield. Tyson Campbell forces a 5-yard loss. What a play. That is a significant loss of yardage. Bengals took that one a little bit too far in terms of risk, and they will pay the price. 2nd and 15. Joe Burrow throws left side up the sideline. Caught by Yosivash. Joe Burrow over 300 yards passing now. Having himself a pretty good day. But it has to be better than better. Joe Burrow knows this firsthand. One must imagine Joe Burrow happy. Got to happen here. Already well into field goal range, so they do not need a touchdown necessarily, but Joe Burrow still going to look for one on the crosser. Yosivash again. Big time reception. What up, Nick Bonomi? Hot take, Saquon should be the cover athlete for the next Madden. Well, the hot take is no longer hot. It is active. From the frame of the red zone, Joe Burrow being blitzed here. Steps up in the pocket, takes off again. He will find the first down upright. And then dumped down. No slide that time. Fortunate to retain possession. Yosevash underrated. I like him. I like him a lot. I actually have a lot of love for a lot of Bengals, surprisingly. Don't like the team, though. Don't get me wrong. First and goal for Cincinnati. Number 9 from the 9. Looking to punch it in for his third touchdown. It is Yosevash looking for number 2. And he will find the 2. On second and goal. What up, LaShawn? What up, Trex? It's all good. Glad to have you guys in here for this one late in the fourth quarter. They got to go quick. Dude, it's like 100 rushing. I know, that's incredible for me. More rushing probably than Chase Brown. Shouldn't even be close, really. Trying to turn his frown upside down with a rushing touchdown here, but Joe Burrow going to step up and do it himself. Finally, rushes in for one, and the Bengals back within 3. Well then, that is huge for me. Great drive there from Joe Burrow. When the team needs the most, he delivers. And the Bengals looking for a stop and the ball back. A chance to steal one at home. Yeah, this is a great day for Joe Burrow. I got nervous after I realized I picked him when he was throwing the ball on the ground in the backward direction with that fumble. But it's all good now. 3 to tie is right. Evan McPherson on for the extra point, though. Looking to make it a 2-point game. It's up and good. Once again, this game would look completely different if time was managed a lot better. But that simply did not happen. Bengals trail by a safety. Boy, would that be a chaotic way to take us to OT. Some buffoonery on the kickoff, a couple penalties, a huge sack. Suppose it's not out of the equation. As we look at our live poll, 50% believe Jacksonville will take this one. 2 people think we'll have a tie. I love it. As Jacksonville takes back over. Sizable return out to the 27-yard line as Trevor Lawrence looking to close this game out. He failed to do that a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of years ago, I should say. And that Monday Night Football loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. A forgotten gem of a game, actually. Terrific ending to that one, coming down to OT. Bengals stole it. Do I get paid if the tie occurs? I can't promise anything. It would be impressive, though. 3:58 to go in the ball game. Bengals have all 3 timeouts. They need the football back. Lawrence off his back foot, going deep down the sideline. 1-on-1, and what a catch by De'Ami Brown. Climbs the imaginary ladder into field goal range. What a play call. Take a look at the replay. Who would have thought they would air it out on first down for a drive like this? Attacking Cam Taylor-Britt. What a play, what a catch. Huge swing of momentum. That's a great play, though. Former Commander gets his hands dirty that time. Jacksonville into field goal range. Handoff is to Etienne, who will lose a yard on the rush. Again, it's more than okay to give up a field goal here if you are Cincinnati. Off his back foot, too. That was a sidearm pass, like 50 yards downfield. I was thoroughly impressed that time. Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter stacked up at the top of the screen here. 2nd and 11, play clock down to 2. Lawrence off the play action, downfield and inbounds. It is hauled in by Brenton Strange to the 15. And Jacksonville can take us down to the 2-minute warning. This is some drive from Trevor Lawrence, let me tell you. Am I really going to be 0-3 in my pick'em? I think I might be. Jacksonville does not have to snap it. Would not be wise of them, actually, to snap the football at all here. And they will actually get a snap off last second, and it will work out to Travis Hunter. 1st and goal. Thought that play clock right there, the game clock, I should say, said 2, but it works. All right. Bengals type of loss it could be. Their heels are in the end zone again. Can a turnover bail them out? Needing a stop on first and goal. Handoff to Etienne. Huge 2-yard TFL for Dex Hill. Sorry, that is BJ Hill. 2 Hills on the defensive end. A little mismatch without the mock draft guy. All good. Glad to have you here at the tail end of this one. Never felt so good at 1-2 because everyone else is also 1-2. What a crazy week this might start out to be. Cincinnati, though, does have 2 timeouts. As long as they don't allow a touchdown, they will still be in this one. Etienne gets a yard of the 2 lost back. Again, it's the big boy, B.J. Hill, showing his presence. I have to imagine this will be a pass. Yeah, not everyone will be 1-2, but it certainly will not be a lonely place to be. Jaguars not even going to show run here on 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. Lawrence looking to put this game to bed, steps up in the pocket, and he cannot escape. B.J. Hill again. 3 plays in a row. He saves a touchdown and saves the game, and the Bengals will have a chance to win it. Okay. Well, we are not done yet. That is for certain. I like it. Cam Little on for the 3rd time today. 2 for 2. And from 23, he makes it 3 for 3. 30-25. We might have scoregami on our hands right now. I have to check. We have not had the opportunity at all yet this year. I don't think this is scoregami. I think this is a common, uncommon score, if you will. 25 is not that hard of a number to reach, but give it a whirl. See what we got coming up here. Oh, yeah, A-Channel gets, I was going to say the exact same thing. Clock management will kill him here. They'll have a shot, though. Charlie Jones on the return. Looking for a chaotic return touchdown. Good return, though, up to the 30-yard line. Minute 38, no timeouts. They need a touchdown. 32-25 is not scoregami. It has happened 3 times, most recently January 5th, 2025, between the Seahawks and Rams. I forgot about that. So it happened in the last week of the regular season. Bengals have a chance, though, to change the score with a touchdown here. Yeah, that's a rare score, nonetheless. Joe Burrow, one of the best clutch quarterbacks in these situations. No timeouts, a $140. Throwing this one on the run, checks it down, caught by Jamar Chase, breaks away and picks up the first down. That play was going to be a waste, but it picks up 14 at the bare minimum at the expense of just about 25 or so seconds. That's a good trade, I think, at least. But get ready for clock management to absolutely ruin the game. Cincinnati once again in the no huddle. Joe Burrow down the field, and he is intercepted. Picked off at the 45-yard line, and he saves his own touchdown. But that is game called by Foye Oluokun. Well, I suppose that's a better result than the clock ruining the game. It is the second Joe Burrow turnover today, and the first interception. Never even saw Foye Oluokun, who wins it for Jacksonville. All right. One must imagine Joe Burrow happy. Yeah, not today. Burrow didn't play his best, and he has to every week if the Bengals want to win. But what a huge upset. And just like that, 3 games in to a heavily anticipated week 2, we have 0 undefeated pick'ems out of 34. That is wild. Wow. Notorious Potato showing up for victory formation for Trevor Lawrence in a well-earned 30-25 victory. That was a terrific final drive by Jacksonville. Only thing that could have been better is if they punched it in for 6. But a win is a win. And the Jacksonville Jaguars get their first of the year. Lawrence will take his second kneel down, and the time will continue to tick away here. Tomorrow night, we got the Giants and Cowboys NFC East matchup. That's right, the 1-0 Giants and the 0-1 Cowboys from Arlington, Texas. Looking forward to that game. Should be a good one. Hope to see you guys there. As we wrap up here with Trevor Lawrence in victory formation and the Jacksonville Jaguars into the win column in 2025. They win this one 30-25 at Paycor Stadium. And that is going to do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Drop a like on your way out if you have not yet already. Back tomorrow, like I mentioned, at, let me go to the player stats. Before I forget, I reminded myself, so we should be good. There is Burrow. There is your rushing stats today. Wow, Chase Brown, an absolute stinker. 7 for 8. Brutal. And then there is your receiving. Going to go down here as well. Chase Brown, I thought was more toward the bottom. No, he's right here. 4 catches. Okay, he had some decent receiving. But, yeah, other than that, though, didn't look too good. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Looking forward to an all-NFC East matchup tomorrow.